So, hello everyone, this is Aether Nightmare, and welcome to session number 12, I believe, of Genshin Impact. It's a slightly special session, as I'm going to be streaming later at night in order to finish up the Princess's Pact, or, I believe it's...
I created
what is
another
it?
universe and founded paradise, for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
Okay, thank you, Fischl. The Unknown Stars event, because it apparently has one more day, and I did not realize because it did not unlock this part of the quest until after I obtained Fischl, which you can see I clearly have. She is also, by the way, really quickly, level 50, and I have her with a level 40 weapon. I'm working on mining crystals to get that advanced up to level 50. It's almost there, and in my own time, I am going to be gathering materials to advance all characters up to level 60, so that should be the case probably sometime in another week. Not Monday, oh my god, not Monday, since certain dungeons only open on certain days, but probably next week. Next week? Technically, it's Saturday, right? Ugh. Anyway, I don't like streaming at night anymore. But we have a final part to this quest, the actual real final part to this quest, which is where ancient stars align. Ask Mona about the progress of her scrying. The meteorites that have rained down were once in fact part of someone's constellation. Why did this ancient array of stars fall from the sky? What goal were their extinguished flames chasing? Armed with the courage to face the answers, you march onward. So this isn't too far. This is where Mona was. I actually almost tripped it by accident. Oh, they even put a thing on it. I almost tripped it on accident. I noticed Fischl was standing there with Mona when she wasn't before, and I'm like, oh no, there's more to this quest. Oh wow, it's really raining. Whoa, in the game. So yeah, made some light dinner. The leftovers went bad, so I tossed it outside and a possum got it, so. The possum's still here, Jake. There you go. Hello, Fischl. Hello, other Fischl.
Huh? Is Fischl waiting for us?
The time has finally come. Though it brings main Fräulein no joy to do so, there is something she must announce to the assembled populace.
My loyal servants, one must bid you adieu till such time as I beckon you once more. Though we have faced many trials and tribulations together, you have all shown commendable courage in the course of duty. I feel a breeze now blows upon this place, and I feel that it blows in your honor.
Yeah, welcome to Mondstadt. Also, the rain let up, and I don't know if that's part of this cutscene or not, but if it wasn't, that's a really interesting coincidence.
What? You're just gonna bail on us?
Fischl, are you leaving?
With the arrival of this giant meteorite, many more people have succumbed to the slumber. Strong as the soldiers may be, they are struggling to cope. And there is demand for volunteers everywhere we turn. Main Fräulein and I shall tend to the victims on the soldiers' behalf. The rest of this investigation we place in your capable hands.
Goodbye. You are a good listener. I enjoy chatting with you. To be honest, most of the other adventurers in the guild only ever talk to me when they want to hear Oz's reconnaissance reports.
Yeah, that's because you barely speak legible English, which ironically you're doing now and breaking character.
This little journey we had, it was a great adventure. I'm just sorry that it has to end so abruptly. Huh? You're talking a little weirder than you normally do. Oh.
Yeah, you're tolerable for once.
Yikes! What am I doing? I totally broke form.
No, I prefer this, actually. I prefer this more humble Fischl.
What main Fräulein means to say is that the mystical mysteries that vex and perplex are bound to be effortlessly extinguished by the advent of your commendable courage and wondrous wisdom.
And now Oz's translation is the one that sounds all kooky.
Because he's covering for her to make her feel better. But seriously, Official, if you just talk to people more normally, you can still be in character and talk to people normally, and I think you'd find that people get along with you much easier.
Mein Fräulein simply wishes to say that she has every confidence that you will arrive at the truth of this matter.
Most indeed. My dear attendants, I hereby charge the Ritter der Verurteilung with leading you out from the darkness, back into the realm of light.
Who are you calling your attendant?
And we're back to square one. Thank you, Oz, and thank you, Official.
We will meet again. Once this matter is concluded, I propose that we all get a drink together.
Yeah, fruit juice, because we're all underage. Woo!
Well, now we're 2 people short. But let's not get hung up about that. The good news is I found something else out. I shaved some dust off the meteorite and used it to do another reading. It was actually really effective. These rocks have been around for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. Leonard must have lived a very long time ago.
Oh, I see.
The meteorites carry his will and can pass it on to others. In other words, centuries on from Leonard's life, and the strength of his will is not diminished one bit.
Centuries, you say? How many centuries? Because I think it was only 500 years ago that the world was destroyed, which also brings to light, I forgot to mention that when we were talking to the Adepti, and they mentioned they were like 300 some years old, that tells me that they aren't as old as the Calamity. In fact, they're several hundred years younger than it.
A guy from the distant past with a burning ambition to scale the highest mountain. I'd be willing to bet that he was an adventurer. Just like you.
An adventurer? That does explain his obsession with mountain climbing.
Our approach so far has been too passive, and time has been against us every step of the way. We need to change our strategy, and we need to attack this problem at its source.
You hear that, Paimon? Let me in the out-of-bounds zone.
Paimon agrees. From now on, we need to put Leonard at the center of everything we do.
Everything?
Yes. Because if the meteorites carry Leonard's will with them, then it's precisely as Fischl said. The rocks are, in a sense, a curse. I'm a little incredulous, but it turns out her blind guess was actually spot on. No, I'm a respectable astrologist, and I shouldn't stoop to that kind of criticism. Anyway, all we need to do now is remove the curse.
Very well.
Okie dokie. Since we've got a historical adventurer on our hands, Paimon thinks we should pay a visit to the Adventurers Guild.
We do that every day. Where the stars align, talk to Catherine. Easy peasy. Because originally I was going to farm more meteorite shards, because they are an excellent way to get elemental fragments. They're way, way cheaper than farming them normally, because I believe it's 12 meteor shards per fragment, and I can usually get about 2 per battle, which means I can get 2 shards per battle, which normally I have to spend 40 resin to get 1. I can now spend 20 resin for 2. So I maxed out getting all the elemental shards, but then I realized I couldn't ask Mona to do more readings to find any more because Fischl was there and I would trigger that cutscene, so I missed out on a couple days worth of meteorite hunting, but alas.
Our records show that there have been many adventurers by that name over the years. It is impossible to know which one you refer to.
Really? A common name, and there's been lots of people that go by it? Who'da thunk?
However, I do recall that there is a book in the library authored by someone called Leonard. Perhaps you should take a look?
I have a family member named Leonard. Is it him? You're reminded of some old writing advice. Is the most interesting thing that happened in the character's life? If not, why are you telling us that? Though in this case, substitute the world for the character, I guess. This might actually be very, very relevant. I do know a few things that I'm not saying yet, as to not spoil. But, yeah, there's some deep lore in this, and we're gonna get to it in a second, but Ren has to keep her secrets. But no, Leonard is a pretty common name, albeit maybe not here. Do people here have last names?
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Alright, here we go. And sorry if you hear me drinking a lot of water during this. It's to help with the inflammation of my ear pain. In here? Only one Leonard has written a book. I mean, have I really not grabbed this? Considering we probably don't have a printing press with our current technology, maybe. Is it really just here and open? Oh no, it's a catalog. I was gonna say, oh my god. What are the odds?
Author Leonard. Where are you, Leonard? Aha! Gotcha! The index says that Leonard's book should be in the northwest corner on the top floor of the library. Northwest corner. Should be right over there.
To the sparkles! Oh, other floor. Don't mind me, walking on tables. Here we go.
Found it! Of Mountains and Seas, a guide for adventurers written by Leonard. But the words have faded, and there are even pages missing. Paimon's got no hope of reading this.
Yeah, sorry about it blocking the subtitles. Thanks, tallest dangerous, forgive my appearance, climb wind, and then young folks, mountain, somewhere, they, body and mind. I've heard someone else say that in my party constantly. Perfectly, the next mountain challenges. There we go. There's your subtitles.
Darn. Maybe we're just wasting our time on this one.
Don't give up. Let's see what Mona says.
Oh, right! Yeah, Mona! She might have a better idea.
Mountain and seas. Where is Mona? Hello? That's not the door out. Only 25 meters? Or is she gonna be back at the spot? Because if she's back at the spot, like, why not just warp? Yeah, let's just warp from here. Save us another loading screen. Yeah, the loading time seems slower than usual, but that's probably also because my family's home and they're probably on the internet. So, let's go talk to Mona. Let's go. Mona? Mona, I have a book I need you to read because I can't.
Look what we found! Leonard wrote a book!
What are you even doing out here at this point? Your scrying seems to be done. Are you just staring at the night sky?
Ooh, let me see.
It's quite incoherent as there's lots missing.
I could have predicted as much. Your average astrologist would definitely give up at this point. But I am Mona, progenitor of the future of astrology. Nothing can stand in my way. I simply need to deduce the missing portions with my astrolabe, write them in, and then decipher the text.
Mona studies the book intently.
Finished at last.
Sorry about that.
So what does it say? Just as I thought. Leonard was an adventurer who lived 2,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's way before the apocalypse.
His lifelong dream was to reach the summit of a mountain called Pylos Peak.
2,000 years? So the constellation that caused the meteorites is from 2,000 years ago?
I mean, possibly stuff takes a long time to travel. I mean, considering that it's only 2,000 years and most stars are light years away, it actually got here pretty fast.
Somehow, for some reason, this constellation was summoned down from the sky. I suspect that the Fatui have something to do with that part.
Does she have to write it? Can she write it on spare paper? Does she have to write her approximations directly onto the original text? I mean, she genuinely might not. I mean, where would she keep paper, for one, in that outfit? And two, if you're going to be putting it into the original text, I guess maybe?
Paimon thinks so too. Whenever something shady happens, you can bet the Fatui are involved.
The meteorites harbor elemental energy, which radiates out and lulls people to sleep by some means akin to hypnosis. And if I'm guessing correctly, there should be some sort of core meteorite among the bunch, within which is a crystal that harbors Leonard's spirit.
How will we find it?
Well, if I were Leonard, I would want to make sure the core lands right on the snowy summit that I never made it to while I was alive.
So, the core should be at the top of Pylos Peak? Where is that? Paimon's never heard of it before.
Paimon doesn't seem familiar with this place at all. She says she wants to be our guide, and yet she never really knows anything about anywhere, which is in and of itself suspicious. I'm gonna guess it's probably in Snezhnaya, since it's a snowy mountain area.
It's the first I'd heard of it too. So I compared the map from the book against the current topography of Mondstadt. Apparently, Pylos Peak no longer exists.
Or that could happen too, you know, everything did burn, so...
Are you trying to say that the tallest mountain Paimon's never heard of just disappeared?
Paimon, I'm gonna need you to do a 360, honey, and tell me what you're standing in. Do you see the ruins around you?
I once read somewhere that the Animo Archon, Barbados, once used his divine power to mobilize the winds and blow the ice and snow from the face of the earth. The whole landscape of Mondstadt was changed in the process.
That wouldn't necessarily get rid of a mountain, though, unless it was entirely made out of ice.
The mountains of that age were replaced by the vast stretch of ocean we see today. Still, a mountain that high, drop it into the ocean and it'll still leave a trace.
I was gonna say, it's above sea level. That would mean everything around us currently, if the sea level rose, everything that is around us currently would still be higher than that mountain. But that is not the case.
The summit still reaches just above the water's surface. So the place known as Pylos Peak in Leonard's day is today known as Musk Reef.
I don't think Musk Reef is that high above sea level, though. Pen by Leonard. Guess you've come here to talk about everything that's going on. Astrology, remind me what I need to do. Okay, I can probably have her use astrology again to get more, things. Because as you can see here, I finished this. Well, it's not finished, it's infinite, but we unlocked it. Finished this. My biggest thing was over here, these Fading Stars Mites. You can continue to get more because of the event shop, and I wanted to make sure that I got all of this, because like I said, it's easier to... I can do one meteor and get 2 of these per meteor and only spend 20 resin as opposed to spending 40 resin and maybe getting 1. So the only thing I was missing that I didn't do was money. But then I kind of got locked out of it for a day because...
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu...
Fischl, shut up. Because, what was I saying? It's too late for this, Fischl. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Thanks, Fischl. Where are we going? This is... Oh, all the way over here. Oh my god, that's not high up at all. No, all of this continent would be higher. If the seas really did raise, which means Venti also melted a ton of icebergs and also diluted the ocean, how are there fish? Because that's something when the actual icebergs melt, so many people are just like, oh, so the sea levels rise, what? Who cares? No, it can actually change the salinity of the ocean, causing death of like a lot of fish and a lot of the things that they eat, a lot of the flora. So that's a really big concern. And then we're left with a sea that literally smells like sulfur for the rest of eternity. So, like, Stormbearer Point is way higher than Musk Reef. And Thousand Winds Temple seems like it'd be older than 500 years, but maybe not, considering it's in disrepair. I don't know. Official wants to express our Chunibyo. She sure does. Oh, that's a word we really need in English. Especially in 2020. I gotta grab this while I'm here. White iron is so important. I gotta get it. Anyway, I was just saying, it's cheaper to get the meteorites and exchange them for shards than it is to collect the shards normally. Uh-oh.
Oh. So, this is Pylos Peak. Not much to show for itself now, eh?
Mm-mm. Also, the ocean here is not that deep. So, even if the sea level rose, the ocean here is still not that deep. A mountain under the sea is still a mountain under the sea. And, yeah, the sea level here is not deep at all. The lakes here are deeper than this. So it really begs the question, like, how much of this was ice? Did it get destroyed some other way? Is this a plot point? I'm just overthinking. Who knows?
Looks like someone beat us here. Is this like a popular tourist spot, or...
How do you not recognize that hat?
It's you!
How did you not recognize the hat?
Huh? You again.
How did you find this place? Have you just woken up? I'll go with find this place.
Look at the state he's in. Was he in that dream just now?
He managed to extricate himself from the dream on his own strength? How is that possible?
Just because you are powerless to do something does not mean that I am. You're too late anyway. I finished my research.
This is oddly calm music for a guy that wants to kill us.
We knew it! This was all a dirty trick by the Fatui!
Save it! No more fun and games for me today. I'll come for you when I'm good and ready.
What are you trying to achieve? Yeah, seriously.
You entered the dream they've all been having, didn't you? How much do you know about Leonard?
Leonard? Who's Leonard? Whatever. I have bigger fish to fry. I've discovered something far more important and far more terrifying.
What?
The stars, the sky, it's all a gigantic hoax. A lie.
The stars are a lie. What are you talking about?
Is this some kind of astrological debate between you and Mona? Because if so, surely you can come up with a better argument than the stars are a lie.
See, I really do think it's some sort of like darker than black scenario where the sky is genuinely fake and the stars in the sky are sort of like souls.
Seriously, who's gonna fall for that one when you can just lift your head up at night and see them up there twinkling away?
Seeing them in the darker than black universe doesn't mean they're actually real.
Oh, you are so naive, it kills me.
Of course, there's also that other little plot point that I'm aware of and I'm sitting on and I refuse to tell you from Honkai Impact, so if you want to know what it is, you're gonna have to play that.
Still, can't really blame you. After all, I used to believe the same thing myself. Up until a few moments ago, that is.
A few moments ago? You mean...
Look, I really don't have the time to do this right now. What was the jester thinking? He must have had some inkling of what we might discover on this mission. Would it really have been so difficult to give me a little forewarning? Well, maybe he just wanted to give me a fright. Time for me to go out and find the truth. So long, suckers.
Oh, can you believe that guy? He calls us suckers and then he just trots off.
What do you mean trots off? We're on an island. Oh.
Me. No one. Ugh. Time to show them what you get when you cross world-class genius with pure, unadulterated rage.
Get to play as Mona now. Hello. I don't know what her combat is. It's probably a decoy. You've never seen Samurai Jack, so unfortunately I have no frame of reference. But yeah, we get to play as Mona. A trial to say, hey, pull from the gacha.
Wow, you fought so fiercely.
Told you. That's what happens when you disrespect me.
You're forced to be reckoned with.
You bet I am. Paimon, you agree too, right? Did I show those Fatui who's boss or what?
But seriously, did he just like walk away because we're on an island? What happened?
Sure did. Without you here, those guys would have caused us a whole lot more trouble.
See? How do you like that, Harbinger? Scumbag. He seemed genuinely shaken, though. I don't think he was lying. I was always taught to talk about the false sky during astrological readings. Could there be more to such phrases than I have been led to believe? I digress. Come on, let's finish the job we came to do.
He uses fast travel. To be fair, his minions did use like Kingdom Hearts Dark Corridors, so maybe. Destroy the meteorite core. You know, the last time I destroyed some sort of crystal core on my playthroughs, it didn't end well for somebody. Oh, I thought I actually had to destroy it. Destroy it. Just press square button. Just dink it.
Whoa, this must be the core. It looks totally different from all the other meteorites. It's way more shiny.
This stone harbors an unbelievable amount of elemental energy and human desire. It's the core, all right?
Should we destroy it?
Yes. Otherwise, the victims will never wake up. This core is the root cause of everything that has happened.
I also just realized that destroying this is probably going to get rid of all the other meteorites, so all the stuff that I quote-unquote missed out on, which is just money at this point, is probably going to be locked away from me forever. So maybe don't do this until you are absolutely certain you're ready for the meteorites to go away, in which case the quest is going to end on Monday anyway, possibly Sunday, depending on where you live. So at this point, I don't care.
Do it.
With ropes, we can scale mountains. With boats, we can sail the seas. By age 40, I had conquered every last domain. Pylos Peak alone defeated me. As an adventurer, and well, maybe in other ways too. Now, I am approaching the end of my life. Many times I have sat and stared up at that peak as the boundless snow slowly engulfed me. It is a beast without weakness, the merciless face of the world. It fills me with fear. And when an adventurer loses courage, they can no longer climb mountains. My mountaineering days may be over, but I have a greater ambition now. Humans create tools to conquer nature, and when nature conquers them in return, they create better tools. Where our legs cannot take us, maybe our tools can. And when tools fail us, perhaps wings can carry us instead. My dear friend, I leave you my designs for the wings of incompletion. Against the unknown, humanity stands as one. To be alive is to seek, to set foot in every place that the eye can see. I have little time remaining, though the wind has not yet come for my soul. But between us and your children, students, and friends, I believe that someone will reach that place at last.
Wow. Well, that was unexpected.
A climber determined to reach the highest peak, determination so strong you wish to pass it to others.
Who would have thought that human will can survive in the skies for millennia on end? Astrology really is an incredible thing.
What makes you say that?
The ability to communicate with the stars can give you access to all the secrets from throughout human history. Though, of course, very few astrologists ever reach that level.
I want to thank you ever so much for all your assistance. Now get in the party.
What's with the formal tone all of a sudden? And speaking of formal tone, what is the deal with that girl, Fischl? She's a curious one.
Agreed. Look, I want Fischl in my party due to her elemental abilities, but she could just chill a little bit on the formalities. That is from a book.
Paimon thinks so too. She's so... how to put this?
She's full of weird and wonderful thoughts. She has a wild imagination. She's very chunibyo. She's at that age where she is very, very chunibyo still.
Yeah. Although, if you think about it, seems she was right all along.
She just could have phrased it better.
Is she one of these people who uses the wrong method but still gets the right answer?
I think she's intelligent. She just has a bit of an ego.
You may well be right.
Even so, Paimon thinks that the most surprising thing of all was how Pylos Peak turned into a teeny tiny little island.
A mountain of yesteryear now sits as an island in the sea. Almost anyone from Mondstadt could reach it now, just by jumping in a boat.
In other words, everyone can climb Pylos Peak now.
Everyone can stand on top of the mountain, kinda.
Do you think Leonard would be happy about it? The situation with Pylos Peak might be a bit of a shock. But now, with the help of the Animal Archon, the people of Mondstadt are able to glide.
Yeah, because he was building something, and I'm not entirely sure if it was a wind glider. It could have been. Or if it was actually a pair of functional wings, which makes me think that might grant humans access to the celestial quote-unquote realm a little bit easier. Maybe that's part of what pissed off the gods, is that if humans really did learn to fully fly, whew, that is stepping on the toes of the gods who govern this world, and maybe that's why things burnt. Not quite sure.
With wings, people can travel further and higher than ever before, and explore new and unknown places.
Yeah, about that, Paimon, you probably don't realize this, but I had wings before I got here. They just kind of got stripped away. Leonard, is your wish now fulfilled?
The victims should finally start waking up, now that we've dealt with the core. And we have finally finished our commission from the Adventurers Guild.
Wish everyone a speedy recovery, but we're not going to check on them. And that is it for Chapter 4, When Ancient Stars Align. I don't think there's anything left. I mean, I could technically go check on people. 30,000 Mora. Nope. There's some other stuff, some other quests that I'm not gonna do right away. But other than that, I'm gonna take a really quick gander at Springsvale. See if anybody's woken up, see if there's anything to do with that, and if there's nothing else, then we'll probably call it a stream. There should have been tents and stuff. Let's check on in. They still appear to be sleeping. Please use extreme caution. Do not touch the meteorites with your bare hands. Yeah, thanks. The victim is still deep in sleep. Well, it gave us the end of the quest, but I guess they're probably not going to wake up until actually... Oh, recuperated victim. There we go. English. Huh? Well, was I asleep? Gosh, how long was I out? Oh, that doesn't really say anything else than that. I tell you all, I get back to the winery and let everyone know I'm safe. Oh, I guess they are waking up slowly but surely. Check victim. Yeah, so they're probably still going to be tired, but yeah, Leonard's will was able to be in the crystal and transcend down back to us, which kind of makes me wonder, in the plot of the story, I guess I don't really need to travel back, if the souls really are in the sky. Like I said, I do know a little bit more about this plot that I'm not telling you from Honkai Impact, but there is a little bit more to this, and I'm glad that it is finally starting to touch upon that this world may not be what it seems, and that the sky is quite possibly an illusion, and if that's the case, maybe a bit more. But with that, we have finished the Unreconciled Stars event. I'm going to check one more place, just in case. And then I'm going to wrap it up and call it a night. I know it's been a lot shorter. I haven't even been streaming a full hour, but as I said, I did want to get this done because it is timed and it probably won't be here by the time I do it on Monday. So, just as a just in case. And when on Monday we can go back to doing regular story quests. Like I said, I really don't I'm losing my voice already. I don't want to do too much right now just because I'm tired. I woke everybody else up and I'm fading. Because you come here to talk about everything that's going on, remind me what we need to do. I will continue to calculate fate's trajectory concerning this incident. Something bigger is still to come. In the meantime, I need you to verify that the predictions so far are accurate. The more diligent you are, the quicker this incident will come to its resolution. I have a different question. What else do you want to know? View results. They may only be predictions, but they should match the facts. Okay, so nothing. There's no more to do to this. Just in case, I want to see if astrology... yeah, it does reveal some more, so I can go and farm a few more meteorite shards in my own time to get some money, because that's about the only thing I can get for now. And the other one is right down there. It's always down there. It stays there forever. So with that, that is pretty much everything I wanted to do for tonight. I will get back to the main story on Monday, since I'm a little tired right now, and I know I'm keeping other people in the house up. But since it's timed, I had to do it, and since I couldn't do it on Friday, I gotta do it now. So thank you so much to everyone who's joined for this short little stream to wrap up the event. I'm really thankful. I know it's not my usual time, but, you know, I had to squeeze it in somewhere, but I'm thankful to everyone who showed up, even though it's late. And, I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye.